3, 2, 1, go.
You're listening to The Kyle Chambers Show.
And welcome to another episode of The Kyle Chambers Show. My name is Kyle Chambers, and I'm here today with Rebecca Foster. Rebecca is a realtor with the Foster Real Estate Group alongside her husband, Kyle, and they do real estate in the Hamilton, Burlington area. Thank you so much for joining the show today.
Thanks for having me, Kyle. I'm excited to be here.
What inspired you to get involved in real estate with your husband?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I think for me, it was a lot of factors in getting into real estate. My life had changed. I became a mom. I had 2 small kids at home. I was in the corporate world prior to getting into real estate, and I had to make some tough decisions, as a lot of people and parents do. I was driving to Toronto every day, which was great, but that traffic was a lot, and I needed to remember that I had decided to be a mom and have a family, and being home for my kids was really important to me. So being able to pick them up from school. So I thought about all of the things I had learned over the many years I was in the broadcasting and public relations world. And real estate seemed to be a really natural fit for me. So I took a leap of faith, left the corporate broadcasting world, and lo and behold, I tried my hand at real estate and realized that all of the things I had been working at over the last, decade or a little bit more than that really came into play. It comes down to relationships, and that's sort of the fundamentals of who I am as a person, as a professional, relationships with other people, business relationships, personal relationships, all very important to me. So that's kind of how I got into real estate, Kyle. I had to make some pretty big career life changes, and the decision just happened upon me. And here I am today, many years later.
What do you do as far as encouraging other people to get involved in business and help people make connections within the community in the business world?
Oh, okay. So one of the things I am very fortunate to have gleaned from the previous career I had is the community aspect of everything I do is so profound. So I think that you need to think about that. Anyone getting into any kind of entrepreneurial business, the community is really the foundation of where your business is. You live in the community, likely. You work, you play, you buy products in the community. So getting to know community partners and becoming actively involved in the community, whether it's through your own sports or arts types of things, or if it's your kids, that's a really big part, I think, of entrepreneurship and really giving back to the community. There are so many areas of any community that need help and support, and not just financially. I mean, like hands-on, getting involved, helping out at a Christmas dinner for a local charity for those in need, the homeless, whatever that looks like. Getting hands-on involved in the community is a big part of being a really thoughtful entrepreneur.
How does real estate shift, and how does your business change as the market shifts to do the best you can for your clients?
As the market changes, and you often hear people talk about it being a buyer's market, a seller's market. When it's a buyer's market, there tends to be more inventory available, so more homes for sale. When there are fewer homes for sale, and this is just a very Coles Notes version, when there are fewer homes for sale, it's more of a seller's market, so things go very quickly. So the big part of real estate, Kyle, is making sure that clients, whether they're buyers or sellers, understand the dynamics of the market, what the interest rates are at, how that impacts them as a buyer, what they need to think about from a selling perspective. Have prices gone up? Have prices gone down? All of those things factor into being a well-informed consumer. And it's my job and Kyle's job, my partner, to make sure that our clients know what they're getting into at any point in time in the market, because it does change. It does shift from fall to summer to spring, from week to week. It really depends.
With Kyle being your husband, how do you balance your work and professional life with your personal life?
Ooh, do we really? I don't know. People ask us all the time and they say, you must really like each other. I think we have a high level of respect for each other. We brought our business together in 2015. Kyle has a lot more experience on the real estate side. I have more of the business acumen on the corporate side. So we blended together very nicely. We like each other a lot, but do we fight? Absolutely. Not going to lie. We have our moments. But I think that any good business relationship, you've got to be able to banter back and forth. So do we balance it? Yeah, we do a pretty good job. You have to, in any business, and you know this too, you have to be able to take a step outside of the business and enjoy the reason why you're working so hard, which is your life. So you have to be able to find that balance. It does come over time and experience. And I think for us, we know when to park things, if you will, and not talk about work all the time. So it's just finding that yin and yang.
Do you find you have to change your marketing approach depending on what area you are? Because you cover a really large area in the Southern Ontario market.
Yeah, well, that's a really good question too. So our marketing approach is pretty consistent. It's how we target the areas. So if we know a certain area is a higher price point, we look at other aspects to be focusing on. But we generally put as much energy and effort into any price point because marketing is key. And I always say this to our clients when it comes to listing their homes. The pre-listing is so crucial to me from a promotions and marketing perspective. And I say me, I'm the one that handles a lot of the marketing and getting homes ready and making sure that the staging is handled. So setting the house up to show beautifully is so important because you know what, Kyle, nowadays, because of technology, people walk through a home virtually. So they've seen a seller's home, literally every corner, every aspect of the home before they physically walk in the door. And chances are, if they don't like something they see online or on their phones, these things are 24/7, they may not go and have a physical visit to the home. So we look at that as a big part of promoting any home, no matter the price point. It's very crucial that we get things ready for the photos and getting it to market.
What is the future for real estate? Do you think that new technology and AI is going to change the way real estate is done in the future?
So a lot of realtors are dabbling with AI right now, and it is helpful. And I know students dabble with it, and a lot of creative types are using AI to help supplement what they're doing, right? And what my hope is that we don't ever lose that personal connection. We're not robots. We do have the ability to make things sound lovely in our writing. I don't ever want us to lose the power of the written word. But as realtors, we do have to stay up with technology. You know that I do a lot of videos. I know that it is important. It's important to my business and so many businesses. So I think the best way to approach the changes is to embrace them and to learn why you need to do something differently. And I think for me, that's something I learned early in my career prior to all the technological advancements, was that just because something has been done for 30 years, 10 years, whatever it is, doesn't mean that it can't be improved upon. So I think we need to keep that in mind.
What do you do outside of your real estate as far as teaching and instructing?
Yeah, I do teach at Mohawk College, and I feel very privileged to be able to do that. I really thrive in a classroom. So I feel I'm very grateful. I'm full of gratitude to be able to go and share what I know and what I can impart on some of the students who come through the halls at Mohawk College. Very much grateful for the opportunities there. And I also selfishly take away a lot from the students, from the people that I meet at the college. So from an entrepreneurship perspective, I do focus on teaching many classes that encompass and embody that of a business owner, a small to mid-sized business owner. I do teach in the PR program. I started off at the college teaching in the public relations program, and I'm going back to that this fall. Super excited about that. So I think for me, I love to learn as I go. And I've always been the type of person that if you give me a challenge, I will usually rise to it. So that's how I've approached life. And that's what I would say to anyone out there who's getting started. No matter the career, don't be scared of not knowing the answers right away. Ask questions. And I think I told you that in class too, Kyle. Always ask questions, and you always ask questions. And look at you, you're hosting podcasts and asking lots of questions, which I think is super important. Questions bring answers and bring us knowledge. And that's how we grow as individuals. So yes, I am very fortunate to be a teacher at Mohawk, aside from my real estate career. I'm also very involved in some networking, in a networking organization called Business Networking International. So I spend my time doing lots of different things from a business perspective.
Thank you for your time today.
Thanks for having me. That was fun.